All right, everybody, how's it going? We are continuing the Kansas Day activities, and another game that was played in the 1800s was jacks. And so, of course, they used more of a metal jack than they did these fancy ones. But so we are going to the way to play. We're going to go over how to play jacks, at least the way that I know how to play jacks. All right, the way that I was told or have looked up and researched on how to start jacks is to find out if you're playing with more than one person is you take your handful of jacks, so you start with 10 and you toss them up and you catch as many of them on the back of your hand. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So whoever has the most, who's able to catch the most on the back of their hand gets to start first. The way you play jacks is you take your 10 jacks and you just toss them. Hopefully they spread out a little bit better. Try that again. I don't want to go too far. You toss them and they spread out. Then you take your jack or your ball and you're going to toss the ball up, toss, pick up a jack, and catch the ball. And you do that, pick up one jack, catch the ball. You're supposed to do that with the same hand that you toss the ball up with. So if I'm left-handed, wait till I get to my 10th one. If I'm left-handed, then I'm going to toss and catch with your left hand. So whichever hand you are. So if you catch them all, or you get to all 10 and you didn't have a double bounce, you're able to do it. You're going to toss them again, and now you're going to go to twos. So now you got to sweep two, sweep two, sweep two, sweep two. When you get to twos, then you go to threes. See, I only got two. So my turn would be done. It'd be the next person's turn to go. Or you can continue to play and see who can get the furthest. So that is one of the ways to play jacks. So toss, catch. Now, I was reading about in the 1800s, just like in marbles, not everybody had marbles. They didn't necessarily have these nice bouncy balls back then. So what they would do, instead of bouncing the ball, sometimes they'd use like a cloth or a canvas material, and they could get that to kind of bounce. And they did have a rubber style substance that they could use. But if you just had a rock, someone would toss a rock and catch. So they didn't get the bounce. They just had to toss, catch. And then if they messed up, then it'd be the next person's turn, and they would either start all over. My ball just rolled away. So they would just start over, or it would be the next person's turn to go with their set at 10. Now, I also do with my younger kids, kindergarten, first grade, we can use both hands so they can toss and then catch the ball because we're working on hand-eye coordination things. So it's a lot to do with just the toss, sweep, and catch with one hand. So we want them to get to there, but right now, if they toss and do that catch that way, we're totally good with that. Or they can even go with both hands to catch and sweep. So toss, sweep, and catch with both hands to start off with. Another game that they used to play with jacks is tops. They used to actually have spinners and stuff that would spin really well. And if they didn't have a top spinner where you take a cord and you pull, which I'm looking at getting some of those. I don't know why I don't have those yet. You can play spinners with the jacks. And what you're going to do is you're going to take them in your fingers like that. So you're just going to pinch your fingers together, grab a hold of it, and then just kind of like you snap your fingers, you're just going to snap it. Oops, I just snapped it or spun it right out of the, so you're just going to spin it. And so tops would be you would go against other people and you'd say 3, 2, 1, spin, and you would see who's spun the longest. Or if you were lucky, they would smash into each other and the one that made it the longest, like yellow, would have won that round. Or if they hit each other, it'd be a tie, and you re-go again. And you can do that with, you can start with 10 jacks, you can do tops, you can spin, winner takes both jacks, so this jack would win that one. These two would go orange versus green. Ooh, that was kind of a tie, so I'd make them go over again if it's a tie. Orange clearly won, so you could do it that way. Or if you have a tie, what you can do is you can set it in, and then when you spin your next two, then the winner takes all four. So you can do it either way. So those are a couple games from the 1800s, a little bit of jacks, how we played in my gym. You may have a different version of it, or slightly different versions, kind of like marbles. There's many different ways to play it, but this is how we played jacks in my gym. Have a great day.